Hey y'all, Monk Joseph here with the Broken Buddha. I usually don't do nighttime videos because the light that I use is one of those cheap fluorescent LED things, and as you can see, the video is not that good. But the content of this video is more important than the quality of the video shot. So we're gonna work on the Trinity Dying meditation. I just taught a class where I showed people this at the end, and I do have a video already for this, but because I know one person is medically utilizing this or attempting to medically utilize this, I want to make sure I have the new piece of information out. I will go over the whole thing, but the piece I'm adding to the existing Trinity Diane meditation is engaging your middle gate by pressing your shoulder blade, by pressing or pulling your shoulder blade more into your back. And if you do it right, like you have your arm going in and out, right? So extend your arm all the way out without bending your wrist, elbow, or shoulder. Push out, like right. So your shoulder is here up, but you're not pushing from here. You're pushing from back here, and that's what I want. I want you to engage this part all the way forward. And if you do it right, you'll feel static current or magnetic sensation in your hand as you push and pull. What makes this important in the Trinity Dalian meditation, especially this is more for the hand part is more for people working with porphyria or arthritis or any type of nerve damage in the hand. But if you're trying to use your body as a way to clear all these pathways, you want to be able to push and pull. So the whole point of the Trinity Dying meditation is to be in a 90-10 stance, right? 90-10 meaning that if I say pick up your front foot, you just lift your front foot. If you have to lean back to pick up your front foot, that's not a true 90-10. So you should be in a 90-10 approximately here. If you can go one-footed, it's even better, but don't worry about that. For all intents and purposes, 90-10 is just fine. And you want to start with about 3 to 5 minutes. All right, so you're going to pressurize the nerves in this foot while extending or firing the nerves in the opposite arm. Your other hand is going to be here, right in the middle of your sternum, and this hand is going to be middle finger should be medial to the middle of the hand or in the middle of the body, and the tip of the middle finger should be at about eyebrow level, and the base of the palm is going to be about chin level. And again, to fire this for nerve issues, you're going to push the shoulder or the back, the clavicle flat against the back. Okay. Um, so typically the plan is to pressurize nerves and build marrow from the weight pressurizing the leg to build more chi while pulling chi and extending the nerves in the arm. I'm not going to mention anybody by name, but if you are the person who is using this to try to alleviate numbness from, if I understood correctly, is a diabetic issue, I want you to try this in two levels, right? I told you to try to do this for 3 minutes per leg, right? And again, you're pressurizing the nerves here, and you're working with your sciatic and femoral nerve system, also known as the X factor in fitness. I actually can't think of any other names for it, but that's why you're pressurizing nerves in one leg and then seemingly using a different part of your body, but the nervous system runs in this fashion. So that's why you want to press the back against, because you're trying to get this extension of the fascia to put like this extreme firing on the surface of the nerves. And this constant pressuring and firing while building chi and marrow is what's giving you the healing properties you need to fix these things. Okay, so let's see. And also, the one piece I forgot, also, two other pieces is going to be the other gates, which is to for the upper gate, you want your chin tucked. Having or your head hooked, as they call it. The best way to understand having your head hooked is putting your chin down and pulling your neck back. And just like you should feel this, your clavicle engaged to your back, you should feel right here a similar sensation, and that's your upper gate. And then you'll have your lower gate, which should be opened up by stretching the lower spine or tucking the tailbone, or rolling the hips like you're sitting lazily. These are all the different ways I can say this. And this is also just to keep the proper flow of bioelectric function up your back, okay, as you're doing these things. And again, you're trying to get the bioelectric function up your back and out your arm, and just constantly pulling this firing on both sides while building, okay? Um, so specifically for the person with numb feet, I want you to do the 3 to 5 minutes I was saying, and then if you really want to give it a go round, do this 3 times, either back to back or 3 times in one day. And what I'm going to have you do, this is strictly experimental for your, I've never worked with that specifically, so for this condition, again, I am not certified by any medical board to give these statements to diagnose, cure, or treat any illness. I want you to, over the course of one day or in one session, stand on one leg, breathing into your stomach for 3 to 5 minutes. And then you'll switch legs and do the same thing. And either immediately after or halfway through your day, do the same thing, but I want you to breathe into your chest for 3 to 5 minutes. And you'll switch legs, breathe into your chest for 3 to 5 minutes. And then again, later on in the day or directly after that, I want you to go back to your stomach and breathe into your stomach for 3 to 5 minutes. And there's a few reasons for this. I'm like kind of softly giving your body the physiological and bioelectric function it needs to start to heal, then supercharging it to a maximum healing level, then bringing it back down to a minimal healing level. And that way you can kind of, you know, coax out of your sleep and coax back into your sleep, but still be healing with this procedure. All right, so sorry this is such a long-winded video, but again, there was a certain degree of urgency to this. And I'll stop talking about you in that situation, but that is my diagnosis for this. And again, so I'm going to demo it a few times from each side again. So, I'll do my left leg, right? Pressurizing the nerves in the left foot, and building marrow and chi. Touch the right foot to the ground, just building that 90-10. And then a good way to always remember is just extend the same arm as the leg. That's always a really easy way to remember. Right? And also, where you're going to exactly position your hand, if you're working on nerve damage, depends on where the nerve damage is. If it's your whole hand, you obviously want to get that elbow down and really push and feel that fascia as you put your palm up and drive your elbow behind the palm. Really feel your fascia in your palm, like push and fire, and then extend, right? But if you have specifically you're just having numbness from too much side palm and iron palm or whatever else that you would do, you're going to want to fire those fingers harder and that part of your hand harder. So it's all about, if you're doing hand stuff, where in your hand the numbness is or where the tingles or needles is, to where you want to fire consistently for 3 to 5 minutes, upward to 15 to 30. I think anything more than 30 minutes in this stance, if you're doing it for medical purposes, is overkill. All right, so here we are. And this is your stance again. Eyebrow, chin, medial, hand to the heart, 90-10. I didn't have to lean. If I had to lean, that's not a 90-10. And I'll switch sides to show you one more time. Pressing the right foot, touching down with the left toe to achieve a 90-10. Hand at the heart, other hand in front of you. If you're working on hand stuff, adjust your hand to get maximum firing out of the nerves in that part of your hand. But if you're just doing this generally, try to have your palm flat and facing out. And then again, don't forget to engage the hooking the chin, pushing the shoulder blade against the back, and tucking the hips to open the 3 gates so your chi can flow naturally. And guys, one more time, I'm touching this, and since we're at the end of the video, I'm just going to touch on this real quick. Chi is not a mystical, magical thing. I'm not saying you have mystical, magical powers. You need to tap into mystical, magical powers to heal yourself. Chi is just a fancy word for biological function. Whether you're talking about the static current outside of your body subterfuging into 2,000 points, or you're talking about the actual electrical firing of your muscles, we're still talking about bioelectric function. So don't get too mystically carried away here. These are all just functions of the human body. I'm just showing you how to maximize the physiology and functioning of your human body, all right? And again, I'm not certified or approved by any medical board to give medical advice. I just constantly fix my own nerve damage that I would be debilitated with otherwise. So, all right, thank you for your time. Peace and blessings. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck.